Are you going? Oh. I'm not sure what I was doing. Do you ever find yourself just, like, doing something really weird, and all of a sudden you're like, this is bizarre. Why am I like... Anyway.
All right. So, anyways... So we have another Q&A video for you guys. So sorry for that weird beginning.
Sorry.
All right, first question. How did you pick Drew and Gavi to be your bandmates on tour, and will you still be working with them in the future?
That's an excellent question. So, basically the first ticketed show I ever did, I decided didn't want to just play to my iPod anymore, and so we decided to make it a show, and to do that, we needed a band. My manager had met Drew before, and I connected with Drew, and we decided he would come to the first show, and then Drew knew Gavi. And so basically, they flew to New York from LA, I flew to New York from Utah, we met, practiced for like 2 days, and then did this show. And it was amazing. I was just like, these guys are so talented. And so, and they seemed really nice from the 2 days I met them. It was a really whirlwind experience, so it went really fast. But, of course, we decided to have them come on tour. And I always joke that I couldn't have picked better bandmates. And the ironic part about it is I didn't even really pick them. But, like, they're the best band I could possibly have. They're my best friends. We have so much fun together. And as long as they will play with me, I will be begging them just to come on tour with me.
Okay. Did you ever think at the start you would have such a huge fan base with the music and shows you do?
No, not at all. I mean, I just kind of started writing music mostly just because I loved it. I never really thought it would be my full-time thing. I never thought I would be lucky enough to just be able to do this all the time. And if you'd have told me a year ago that I'd be doing a U.S. tour and a European tour, I probably would have laughed. It's crazy how all this has happened.
When you first started doing all this, did you imagine how much of your time would be consumed by all of the things you do?
I've always been a really hard worker, and I think that's part of the reason that things have worked so well. That's one thing I do know how to do. I know how to work really hard. But to the extent that I am busy, and that I'm so busy because I'm having a lot of opportunities, so it's great. But no, I didn't really anticipate that.
Okay, and then this next question kind of leads into that. How do you find energy when you're incredibly tired?
I think it's excitement. I always have to make sure that I'm excited about whatever I'm doing, because when I am working on something or doing something that I'm not excited about, I find that's when my fatigue catches up to me, and suddenly I don't know if I can do it. But the fact that I love what I'm doing, and I just make sure that I'm excited about the projects that are ahead, it just kind of invigorates me.
All right. And next question is, what are your 2 favorite songs that you have not yet done a cover for, and are you planning on covering them in the future?
I think I mentioned before, I'm thinking about, I would love to do Pirates of the Caribbean, and I want to do Les Miserables real bad, so I'm hoping to get that out soon.
Cool. Will you consider making a professional Transcendent street jam track, like acoustics and stuff?
Yeah, I think we're going to do an acoustic EP. I'll pick like 5 or 6 of my favorite songs and do them acoustically with Gavi, and probably Drew will do some like djembe drum stuff.
That'll be so much fun.
I'm excited for it.
Have you ever entertained the idea... Sorry guys, it's so cold in here. Have you ever entertained the idea of touring and or doing a guest appearance with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
I remember before I started doing my own project, I did think about that. I also thought about touring with like Cirque du Soleil. Just basically, I wanted to do anything that I could showcase fun violin together. But now that I'm doing my own project, I'm getting to all the music that I play on stage every night, they're my own arrangements that I wrote, or they're my own original songs, and I've fallen in love with that, so I don't think I'd ever give that up to be a part of somebody else's project, but...
Okay, so while you were on tour, fans brought you some stuff.
Yes!
I got really cool stuff from you guys.
Yeah, what are some of your favorite things that you've received?
Let's see. I got this awesome like cube thing. It's from Mario, you know, the one that they hit with their hand and it's ba-ding, ba-ding, and it made that noise. It was like a pillow cube that ding ding ding, and so we had so much fun like throwing that at each other on the bus. So that was awesome. And I got some cool hair pieces. I love feathers and I love sparkles, and so I got some really pretty hair pieces that I actually wore on tour. And some people drew really cool pictures. And I got cereal.
That's awesome. I love cereal. All right. So I believe. Oh, 2 more questions. Do you have any advice when you're presented with a tough situation where you might feel like you're trying to be the person you think you're supposed to be instead of staying true to yourself?
That's a really hard question because I've mentioned before how I feel that you